paying attention to the time. Right on the set.
All right. Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. Coming to you live from Deltona, Florida. With two idiots misinterpreting the news so you don't have to. Lunch with Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another fun and exciting edition of Lunch. Laz and Jack, where we interpret the Shroud of the Avatar news so you don't have to do anything other than question your own personal life choices and ours. Because
That's right.
unlike
My
some
stream
people,
crashes.
we can actually do a stream a day almost every Monday through Friday. Unlike other people who struggle to do it once a month. And some of us have other work that's not related to Shroud to do.
Yes, as my game crashed, my stream crashed,
Time to restart your
my
computer.
voice meter crashed.
Yeah, you're going to have to restart your computer there, Laz.
I don't know. We're going to try it again without a restart real quick and see what happens.
Dun, dun, dun. But while Laz is going to have to start, I'm willing to bet. Because every time that happens, it fucks everything up. Hi there, Lily. You look so majestic right there. So majestic. Oh, no. I was hoping you were going to stay right there in the bed. Okay, I gotta... Lily has decided she wants to come and get pet.
Yeah, we'll see if this works. Network connection closed by server. Interesting.
I don't know. So is that
We'll
logging
see if this
into
works.
the game? Said network connection
Yeah,
was closed?
Yeah, game crashed, stream crashed.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of funky stuff going on here, and of course,
Did you update your video card drivers lately?
actually, there's an update sitting there waiting for me. So no, I usually wait till the end of the week for that to happen, and then
I gotta replace my microphone condom. Wait,
this way I don't
There you
have to
go.
worry about it during the week, screwing the pooch on all the audio and all that
Hey.
good stuff. You know?
Yeah. I know that pain.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But meanwhile, let's see if we can continue on here without having everything go to shit one more time today. And see if we can continue on. There's We'll start with welcome to today's show, boys and girls. It is Thirsty Thursday, October 12th, 2023, here inside and outside Shroud of the Avatar. As last technical difficulties long brings back the old days
Crashed.
for you. That's right. Bringing back the old days for you right here. Chandra says he's had internet and phone VoIP troubles the whole week. Merely
Yeah.
coincidental. My ISP called me to advertise optical fiber cable service. Well, if your ISP is advertising fiber, then there's something maybe you should look at. But
Shit, I wish I had fiber at my house.
don't you? I thought
No.
you had fiber.
Well, so the gigabit internet I have is through Spectrum, so that's still fucking coax.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So you pay extra for that then?
No,
No.
my bill's like $100 a month, 100 and something.
Then you're paying extra. Yeah, for
I'm
our three
paying
for
for
our
it.
300. For our 300, that's what I said. You're paying extra then. Our 300, we pay like 75.80. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I just think it's shitty that like the upload's capped at like 40 megabits per second.
yeah. See, we got AT&T real fiber here, and for $60 a month, you get 1 gigabit both ways.
Yeah, well, I mean,
But they haven't laid cable in our area yet to do that shit.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on the list.
I mean, I've got friends
But
with Google Fiber, and some of them have the 2 gigabit internet.
oh, nice, 2.1 or 2.2 gigabit, whatever it is they do. Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, see, I don't need to go that far because when I built my network, I built mine for gigabit. So my switches, my routers,
Oh,
all
yeah.
that stuff are
Yeah.
all gigabit. All my cards are gigabit, so I don't need to go beyond that. But I'm ready for it once I can get my hands on it.
Licking my laptop.
Your laptop's tasty.
Well, I mean, guess it must have been like some food
And
particle.
Condra, who's your service provider? Just curious.
He's gonna go with Cox.
Yeah, Cox Spectrum.
Yeah.
The Spectrum owns Cox too, don't they? Or is Cox own Spectrum, whatever it is?
Oh, Deutsche Telekom.
Oh, he's in Germany. I forgot. Yeah. So it wouldn't have any relevance to our providers.
He's on T-Mobile.
Yeah, most likely.
I think it was actually a piece of chocolate. Candy bar I ate earlier.
That's not good.
What? Cats and chocolate aren't that bad. And it's not
Oh,
like it's
yeah.
a massive quantity either.
Yeah, cats and chocolate's real bad.
Deutsche.
All right. Anyway,
Yeah.
moving right along. Where do you want to start today? We have some topics left over from yesterday, and I have 2 topics I think that I need to add in here.
Yes, because you haven't added anything. Let's talk about some trees, because we've never complained about trees. Ever.
You want to talk about trees? Hold on, let me put these topics in here just in case we can get to them today.
Yeah.
Talk about some lumberjacking. Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, some trees and lumberjacking frustration. Because Isolde, one of my characters, chops wood. Lots of wood. But now that her forestry meticulous skill has reached and this is something we've talked about before. There's
Yes.
forestry meticulous collection has reached 163. She has spent a fuck ton of XP. I'm getting more and more frustrated because her efficiency seems only to go down the higher her skill gets. Proud math. The main problems are the RNG system and the scarcity of good zones for wood chopping. So this is something we have covered before.
I'm going to tell you, we've actually covered this specific topic.
Yes,
We've gone over
yes.
this before, but this is I wouldn't call it quite necro post, but it's been added to on top
Yes.
of what is already here. So to bring you all up to speed, we're
So,
covering it again. Yes.
so Isolde's complaints. We're going to skip down to the too long, don't read. She's got the request to fix the RNG, remove the anti-farming effects, add more zones that have a good number of choppable trees and give decent XP and aren't drowned in mobs. Please give us our Elysium Woods. And then that went into an entire thing about like Shroud math and why her issues really come back. So
I do realize we're covering this because
yes.
you jump through this, we have no show. You understand that?
Hey,
right?
hey. She's commented on the RNG system. Back to the second paragraph, then blah, blah, blah. And I think pretty much aware of its quirks right now. When we enter a scene, we are dealt a hand of session parameters that determine our success in RNG rolls. A little tweaking can be done by making changes to skills, like eating some skill-enhancing food or switching in and out of skill-enhancing gear, but basically one keeps those parameters throughout the session. So whenever she feels her lumberjacking meticulous results are below par, she relogs or rezones to get a fresh hand of session parameters. With higher skill, one would suspect that the parameters for that skill are overall better. However, that's not the case. Instead, the variety of parameters is increased, and that means that it's possible to get better RNG rolls in a session at a lower skill, but also that the chance that this happens gets lower and lower. And there's also the chance that one gets parameters that are even worse than at lower skill levels. Proud math.
Diminishing returns.
Shit.
Working as intended. Yay.
Yeah. Shroud math. So, she does do an example in today's 2-hour wood chopping session. She rezoned, relogged 9 times before she had an acceptable mediocre parameter set. At the end of 2 hours, she'd gathered the same amount of wood that she would have gotten at GM meticulous collecting level. Not really an incentive to increase her skill further. Remember, she is at 163. Okay?
Ridiculous.
So, 100 to 110 is taking 100 and doubling that amount of XP, right?
No.
Or is it
100 to 101 doubles the experience.
Oh, okay.
101 to 102 doubles the previous experience.
Yeah.
102 to 103 doubles the previous experience.
Yeah.
At least that's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah. So hold on.
If it cost you $1 million to get from 0 to 100, from 100 to 101 should cost you $2 million. From 101 to 102 should cost you $4 million.
I'm trying to see if I can find that calculator that someone created a long time ago. Hold on. Is this
experience calculator, right?
Yes. Well, I mean, let's see if forestry's in this one. Scroll. Okay. This one does not have the production one. Is it a separate tab? Crafting.
Is it under crafting?
It is under crafting. So if you go to the forestry and then you look at the meticulous collection to get to 100, that is 1.2 million XP. To get to 150 50, that is 142 million XP.
Yeah, like I said, it compounds really quickly getting up
Yes.
there. Yeah.
She is at 163. If anybody's going to be skeptical of like the amount of tree chopping she has ever done, she has chopped a fuck ton of trees to use.
Well, not necessarily.
Okay, so
You,
Laz,
you,
how
you,
would you raise your forestry meticulous collection to 163?
I would spend a shit ton of time getting my skill pool up there, and then use my buffs, and yeah, I would
Yes.
use that book, but it's not specifically done. This is under crafting, right? Let's get over
Yes.
here to the main. Let's get to the skills page.
But
So crafting.
crafting is the one thing that is actually use related. So
All right, so we get the forestry.
yeah.
I could sit here and craft scrolls to get my experience pool without having
Yes.
to get forestry.
You can get that up there.
Yeah, you understand.
But
yeah,
in order
once I've
to
got the experience.
increase, but even if you had like the obsidian potion that gives you 300, or with the subscription, what, 900% usage, you're still going to have to cut down a fuck ton of trees, dude.
Yes,
Because that
absolutely,
one is
but
actually use based.
Not as much as you were alluding to to begin with. Let's just put it that way. She didn't have to cut those trees to get that experience. She could have got the
No,
experience.
yeah,
and
yes,
then
she
cut
could
the
have,
trees.
but she
that's
still.
all I'm saying. That's all
But
I'm
in
saying.
order
But
to
yes.
use up that entire pool, she had to cut down a ton of trees.
Yes, to get to 163,
Yes,
absolutely.
she had to kill with even with potions and everything else. She killed a ton of trees. So if she's sitting there saying, "Hey, a 2-hour tree running run at 163 meticulous collection gave me the same results as 100 meticulous collection."
What was the we hit a topic the other day,
Yeah.
and we were talking about, oh yeah, this is one we should revisit, because I'll get it over here in a second, because this you'll find to be hysterical. And actually, I think we should jump to it as soon as I reload my email here
And provide me with a
and get
link.
to it and get you a link. Yes.
Yeah. And
Which one was it? It was multiple characters. That was what it was.
yes.
The multiple characters, I believe, was the one. So let's get you the link. Copy this. Throw this into.
But we did cover this extensively back in September, right? And
we've covered it several times, absolutely.
But this thread came out September.
When it first came out, absolutely.
Yes.
So I want to jump to this. Hold on, let me find the right one.
So we're changing random directions?
Let me just make sure I'm in the right. Yes. Okay. So let's jump over to this topic real quick, just to prove a point under multiple characters. This is something we covered the other day.
Yeah.
And what reasons not to have, and we're gonna go down to Tirag under Dices.
Okay. I think your list might answer your question. There is a lot of overlap in that list. i.e. Focus is a good example, and having to retrain the same spec skills on that many different characters is a lot of extra time and effort, given that I do have 3 characters. One is my main that I use most of the time, one is used mainly for experimentation, and one is dedicated to proving that a character with level 80 skills can still be awesome. i.e. all skills are purposely limited to 80. Another way to
Yes.
try things out is to use the QA server. With that server, you will have a decent copy of your characters and can experiment to your heart's content.
What kind of
Ex-
experimentation?
I will disagree with that. If you could set your skill levels on QA, that would make those builds much easier to do. But if you're like going from 0 to 140 in a skill, you still have to have that
Well,
massive XP pool.
you get a whole bunch, but it takes a while because you have to log in every day on QA and you have to dick around with it and you have to
Yeah.
use,
You have to dick around a
potions
lot
and
on
this,
QA.
that,
Yeah.
right. But then they go to the point that you can just use the coda, which
Yes.
is the character playing in offline mode to actually build
Yes.
your own character. But my reference here is Chirag, who's purposely kept one character locked at 80 because he read the rules, read the math, did the math, and realizes that keeping a character at 80 has its perks across the board.
Yes.
Most likely.
Well, that depends on whether or not like some of Chris's Shroud math actually was fucking Shroud math.
Yes.
Ooh, and my Spectrum bill is ready. I might as well go pay that right now. But yes. But yeah, Coda with the same game editor. They work great for skills, money, and Kodo. I can't get them to work for raw materials. You have to have one in your, and you can set the count, kick the items button. Ooh. Yeah. Meow. 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 And what's really funny is like whenever she's like actually in my presence, her meows are so quiet, but whenever she's dragging something, you can hear her through the entire house. It's like announcing, "I am bringing you something." But Laz, where are you at? What are we looking for? Okay,
We're back on topic.
Okay, we're back on lumberjacking. Are we skipping to the October 4th post? Yes.
No, we're going to continue down with commentary.
Okay. Conjure Dragon. No RNG can be determined to be right or wrong by 1, 2, or even a dozen woodchopping adventures in a zone. Anything concluded from a few personal experiences would be mainly anecdotal evidence, but had no value about the hypothesis that the RNG is broken or getting worse with higher skill.
Actually, Conjurer, this has been actually proven.
Yeah.
That
Shroud
every
math.
time you get into a zone, there is a roll. And we actually had a topic, somebody else who sat there and did a breakdown of several different hours, different zones, and he actually did the math and proved that if you just keep re-entering the zone, you'll get a different roll and you'll get different meticulous collections just by constantly re-entering the scene. So
Yes.
this is actually not theory. This is actually proven. So
yeah. If you left and entered the zone 9 times during 2 hours, and you actually have to run around a bit to get to the trees, how much time did you actually use for chopping trees down? I mean, she goes into explaining that her runs she can do in. Do you think I'd get frustrated after a single bad run, taken into the account of the amount of XP that went into getting Forestry Meticulous to 163?
Which we just showed you.
Yes. Which we showed you is she has spent over 150 million XP into one skill.
Yes. Yeah, again, to 100, 1.2 million. To 150 is 142 million. To 163, I don't even want to know what the number is up to 163.
That's probably 250, 300 million.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking time and energy.
Yeah, it's a metric fuck ton. But going back, with the spider pet, she can normally do 3 half rounds and twin foothills per hour. When she has a very good run, yes, they happen to, like once a month, she gets 350 wood per hour and can only do 3 full rounds per hour because of the extra time all the meticulous collections takes up. When on a bad run, she gets 200 wood per hour and could theoretically do more than 3.5 a round. But that isn't very useful because then the trees haven't respawned fully yet. So plenty of time left for rezones, relogs when she is on a bad run. Between forestry, meticulous 140 and 50, she regularly got 300 wood per hour. Sometimes a bit more and sometimes a bit less. Average wood yields have been dropping after skill level 150 and more sharply after 160. Whose voice is gone? Oh, Laz is no longer in Discord. Laz is back in Discord.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Her average is now 250 wood per hour when it should be closer to 350. And then that takes us to October 4th. She has had one good chopping session right after the new release and 3 mediocre ones even after rezoning and relogging multiple times. Today's session was abysmal again. It took me 50 minutes of chopping, rezoning, and relogging to reach an acceptable meticulous rate, but still ended up with only 240 wood after an hour. The second hour of the session promised well, but then she lost connection and, of course, lost her nice session stats. That way, chopped and rezoned a bit more and finally gave up. Frustration reached an all-time high. Imagine someone telling you, congrats, you reached 130 skill level. Guess what? You can invest a few billion skill points extra and you'll have a 5% chance of doing better than you do now. You must be thinking the speaker is out of their mind, and yet this is the reality of what she's facing with lumberjacking. Yes, she knows she's being dramatic, but the frustration really gets at her. Fix the fucking RNG. Frost 2, better yet, get rid of the stupid RNG altogether. I mean, why give us skill levels that show us a percent chance and then have RNG override that now meaningless percent rate? Been stupid since day one. Yeah, so Laz, can you say anything or no?
Is
yeah.
Is a lumberjack song going through anybody's head?
She's a lumberjack and she...
She's a lumberjack and she's okay.
Yeah.
She sleeps all night and she works all day.
Uh-oh.
It sounds better when you say she wear high heels, suspenders, and a bra.
Hold on, I need to bring up the Laz crashed again emblem on my stream. But yeah, I think Laz is probably going to be restarting his computer very soon. But yeah, I mean, it's like if you got your meticulous collection up to 150 and your production is going down based off of that skill level, that is absolutely something you should be immensely frustrated at with the dev team. Immensely frustrated. And Katu's like, great chunk of skills were designed for level 80, maybe 100, but never for 160. They simply did not design some of these skills. They just put them there and hope for the best. Wait. Katu, are you saying Shroud of the Half-Assed? I think Katu's saying Shroud of the Half-Assed.
Sounds like it to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that. there's a 0% chance that someone actually spreadsheeted these numbers before implementing. Proud of the half-assed. Been quite a many years, and some skills are just there without any thoughts of usefulness. Welcome back, lass. Wait, why am I hearing clicking sounds? Nope. Still no sound from Laz. Dun dun dun. No Zoom for Laz either. Wonder if he can hear me.
I can now.
Oh, you've changed microphones. And you missed me saying that Katu is saying nicely, Shroud of the half-assed.
I still think Laz is having some issues.
Take a dump.
Well, yeah.
Isn't that what I just said?
Did you restart the computer yet?
The whole thing just got restarted. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.
And then Zoom did an update, and Discord did an update, and everything wants to fucking update when I tell it not to do updates. Yeah, because it just yeah. So slowly but surely we're getting back in here a second. So let's get let's get back to the news scene. That's not what we should be seeing.
But Katu, obvious that there was a 0% chance that someone actually spreadsheeted those numbers before implementing, because that would require thought and planning of how do these things actually impact things when, hey, you hit the peak and the math decimal place got redirected elsewhere. And thanks for also saying, yes, Shroud of the half-assed for this design. Coswald, with this glorious post where he wrote a simulation in Python to try and convince Gemma to keep dumping XP into mining Meticulous. But they did, and sure enough, they get consistent and very good results from it. I know this is a controversial topic, but all the numbers Coswald scenes and the numbers that have been demonstrated by the best of the best gatherers, such as Gemma, points towards Meticulous working fine. Okay, that is mining Meticulous. Mining is a separate, we are on Coswald's post. Mining Meticulous and forestry Meticulous are two different things.
Oh, and by the way, it's past the bottom of the hour, just so you know.
Oh,
yeah, well, yeah. Shit happens.
You are right.
Yeah,
hey,
speaking
Lomir.
of things that are past, did you get those dozen emails today telling you to play release
118?
Yes,
I did. Lomir, come trade me. Because Lomir was victorious in the winning of the streamer bundle. Yes, I did receive those at 1 a.m. That play release 118.
Thank you.
2 weeks late.
And my Streamlabs is just not cooperating even after a reboot today.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do some driver updates of some sort.
It just something is not right. Something is not right. Wondering if it's my recording that's causing it to crash.
Might be out of disk space for the destination.
No, it might not have permission. Permissions need to be updated for the drive, most likely. But usually I got an error message that says, you need to update that.
Yes.
But I'm trying to get over here to pull this giveaway.
Yes.
Well, let's go ahead and get that done.
And then
And Conjurer Dragon,
nice.
congratulations. Once I can get back into the game, I will
And Laned
send
with
that out to you.
the while I'm harvesting wood or mining ore, whilst I'm satisfying to see meticulous ding high numbers, I mostly ignore the fluctuations as the end result for the same amount of time spent. I harvest for whiskey, squirrel stew, buff duration is consistent within a percentage, except when I've chosen to engage mobs for other loot reasons. Isolde with there's a few things to take into consideration when comparing a simulation with the real thing. First, the supply of trees in a zone isn't endless. The 3 best zones for lumberjacking have 25 spawn spots, around 15 to 20 trees active at a time. When the meticulous results are low, she runs out of choppable trees fast and has to stand idle for a time to wait for a new spawn or spend time relogging, rezoning. She sees wildly fluctuating results. A bad session gives her 200 to 230 wood per hour. A good session, 320 to 350. Another thing that comes into play is what she calls session parameters. I think that it works like this. When you enter a zone, you're dealt a hand of parameters. One of those parameters is for meticulous success. When she's having a bad chopping session, she's seeing results like 0 to 4 meticulous hits per tree, with 6 to 7 per round. When I don't relog rezone, this stays consistent for the entire hour. A very good session looks very different. She'd get about 4 10 plus hits per round and a 20 plus once in the hour, with most hits between 5 and 8, and of course some lower hits. This also stays consistent during the hour. I see this reflected in the time it takes to do a round, about 12 minutes for a bad session to around 20 minutes for a very good session. Trees respawn after 17 minutes. Another thing that probably won't be reflected in the simulation is the limited number of zones with a very good number of trees and the anti-farming code. The more often you visit a zone, the less likely it is to get a good session parameters. I try to vary a bit between the 3 zones, but since I chop wood about every other day, it's getting harder and harder to get good parameters. Yes, I have experienced this time after time for 10 years now. I hate it. Yeah, so it's one where it's like she knows exactly what's going on. The Laned and Coswald, this is actually more for Laned. What is your meticulous collection in forestry at? If it's nowhere near 150, because that's when she said she started noticing a massive drop to level 100 standards, what is your meticulous collection at? And the only way she can actually benefit in these zones is through meticulous collection, because otherwise she has to change zones. And so, Laz, you still there?
I'm here.
Okay. Do you have anything to add on that?
No, I just think that it gets ridiculous that
Oh, yeah.
you know you spend all that time and energy, and again, it's one of those you know
Yeah.
as I
I
pointed out earlier, I think it would have been better to stay at 80 for some of these people than it would have been to go
dump any
you know
XP anywhere.
any more XP. Yes, should I
Yeah.
say? How do I get up there?
Yes.
For all that, I mean, and again, there's plenty of ways to bump up your meticulous. There's many ways to do that, but spending all that crafting into that is just totally ludicrous as far as I'm concerned.
Oh yeah.
That's just my 2 cents.
Oh yeah. It's one where it's like the amount of crafting XP that she has invested. She knows what she's going to be talking about in as it relates to forestry. And I doubt that there is anyone that has spent anywhere near the amount of skill that she has into forestry meticulous collection. Can you think of anybody that's put 163 into forestry meticulous collection?
I'm sure there are others out there, but again,
I don't know. You have to think of the quantity of the player base. How many people are going out just chopping down trees that much? I don't know.
yeah.
But this is one where it's like, Lane, you would have to put up what your forestry meticulous collection is, because in her first post, she says like after 150 she noticed a drop. See where is it? Which paragraph was it in? Or was it in her second post? Let's see. Oh, at the end of 2 hours, she gathered the same amount of wood that she would have gotten at GM meticulous collection levels.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, so at 163, she's collecting the same amount of wood as she would at 100. It's like, that's a problem. To spend a couple 100 million XP into a skill, several 100 million XP into a skill to have zero benefit or not much benefit. Shroud math.
Shroud math.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say on that topic there, Lass?
No, I think I'm good.
Did I do a good job of beating it to death?
I don't know. I wasn't here for half of it, so I'm sure you did.
I pretended it was my meat and just kept on beating.
Kept on beating it.
Yes.
Let's see. Let's talk about some weather. How about that?
Some Shroud weather?
Yeah. DC, thank you. Thank you for the sales.
Oh. Ooh. Da, 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 da. Hold on. Where is that one? Boom, 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 boom. The
That's one of the ones I
weather?
just added.
Yeah, I hadn't clicked on one of them yet. The weather at low frame rates. It is not a blocker, but it is a pain. Does the disable weather at low performance option work? How low does performance need to get? I'm at 10 frames per second, chugging along as I run through scenes and I still get weather effects. Rain currently, and I can feel the slowdown in performance from the weather compared to my normal movement. You'd likely need a similar system without video card and run through scenes while weather effects are occurring.
Yeah, I don't understand what he means by.
He doesn't have a dedicated graphics card. He's got one that's got the shared memory. So even though his system says it has 20 gigs, He's really got like 4 or 8 of those are going to be dedicated to video. And so that would leave his computer with 12 gigs. It's shared RAM.
How the fuck do you get 20 gigs of RAM? That's a stupid number.
Well, what they do is they do the 2 8 sticks, and then they have 4 gigs soldered on. It's a laptop more than likely.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a stupid. Yeah.
It's probably a laptop.
Probably a laptop that came with 4. I mean, laptops only have 2 slots.
Or the 4 gigs is used for the video RAM.
Yeah. Video RAM is only 1.136. It says. Not even. Yeah.
Yeah.
A 1136. So just a little over
a gig.
Not even a gig. Not even a gig. But anyway. It is what it is. But we were talking about this. Now, my curiosity on this is
he running in fastest?
Is he trying to run in fastest? Because we were talking about this the other day. And of course, people asked, I think it was actually Conjure who asked why he saw rain on your screen, but no rain on my screen.
Yeah.
Or if he's, first off, I don't recommend, and Jackal, I thought, I always thought Jackal was Jackalope, but I guess that's not quite the case.
They are different people.
Yeah. I do not suggest just running this game without a discrete or a video card, period. And take it for somebody who had the top of the line $1,000 plus card at one time, and it still ran like shit until I downgraded my card to a better card. Which, if you understand how that works, that's some real Shroud. That's some real Shroud.
Well,
Shroud and NVIDIA math right there.
Well, that would be one related to the Unity version and the Unity version not being updated. And so the feature set that was on the upgraded video card wasn't supported, and it was throwing out shit. This is one why some game engines need to be updated to take advantage of modern hardware.
Now, I would say that he would have to be running on fastest in order to get any kind of performance. Like he says, he's running 10 frames per second.
So, hold on. So if you go into the in-game video options, like
I'm running at 24 to 26 frames sitting here right now.
Yeah.
On the fastest.
I don't have any peripherals.
Yeah.
But hold on, I am. Okay, so they're at the very bottom. So he's probably not running on fastest. So in the video options, the very last one at the bottom is disable weather on low performance.
Yes, and again, we talked about this.
Yeah.
Let's get there. Video under options, you said, or just under video?
Under video. And scroll all the way down to the bottom.
Disable weather on low performance, which I have checked.
Okay, I had it checked as well. But if he's not running on fastest, then which disables weather.
Well, that checkbox should be doing it technically.
Yeah, Shroud math, man. What are they calling low?
Technically, yeah.
How many times does it actually do anything? And I think the answer is no. It's an option that was supposed to do something, but it's not working as intended.
I would probably tend to agree with you on that.
So Shroud math, that video option, and I really want to say, still, fix the user interface, group these settings together, and explain them. I mean, it's like, what does load time baking do?
I don't know what half this stuff actually does or is supposed to be
No.
doing.
I mean, it's like colon here. I mean, it's like, yes, it's like these things are not helpful at all. And it's like, and they're in no order that makes sense whatsoever. It's like, organize your fucking options. This is like a clown show of we're just putting them all there and we're not organizing them at all.
Well, what it is we haven't figured that out, so we just put the newest one at the end. That's what it comes down to. The newest ones just go at the end because nobody's figured out how to, slide them up and slide them down.
Or organize them in some fucking logical manner.
Yeah.
And it's like the interface, like the controls option where it's like you're scrolling for days and days through 48 equipment decks. It's like, Jesus. It's like, yes, y'all are spending a whole lot of quality time on getting these things done right. Yeah. Okay, but going back to that option, it's like we need to define what is low frames per second to disable weather. And
what is low performance?
Yes, what is low performance?
Yeah. Is that 1 frame per second? Because,
and
as far as I'm concerned, 26 frames per second sitting here in Owl's Head is low performance.
That's because
that's my feeling.
Owl's Head is never going to actually get back up to the 60 frames per second that are seen in other scenes that have been refactored, where they went through, consolidated shaders, got rid of some like fucked up loading stuff. That's because Owl's Head was designed in Unity 4.
Yeah. Wasn't updated to a newer version.
It was not updated to Unity 5 or Unity 2018. So that lack of updating Unity or optimizing Owl's Head is why we get such shit performance in Owl's Head. But
how long have we been waiting for this update? It's been well over a year, hasn't it?
No, 3 years for Unity 2021.
Since they started trying to do the update, I mean, yes. 2021. It's
well,
only
they started.
2023.
They've been trying to do the Unity update for 3-4 years.
Well, how do you figure? It's only 2023. How do you get 2021 and get more than 2 years?
So the Unity version prior to Unity 2021, they tried to upgrade it. They spent 6 months of, oh my God, we can't get this done. And then it became Unity 2021. And then it's like, okay, maybe we'll put this off for a little bit and we'll try it again. So it has been years for them trying to upgrade.
Did they actually
Unity.
Start doing 2021 over a year ago?
Yes, they started doing Unity 2021 over a year ago. I believe that was when we announced that right around the time that Unity 2018 left long-term support. And we were making fun of, or I was making fun of the fact that, hey, Unity 2018 end of life in only 3 months, and you haven't started talking about upgrading. But
Yeah.
what was that scene that we went to the other day? Was it Celestis?
Celestis?
Yeah, let's go back out to Celestis again.
We don't got time to do that, really.
Oh, damn it. Okay. Because I was
Yeah.
going to go back to, this is why, like, so much shit, it's like the developers, I don't know what the fuck they're smoking with some of this shit, as we run through the scene and just randomly run a direction and just watch the character chug. It's like, why is it doing that? It's like,
we can look at that tomorrow when we get back.
Okay, yeah. If we
we've
remember.
got under 5 minutes here, and it'll take us that long to load there and load back. So I'm not even going to bother doing that, and risk crashing the machine one more time today, because this has already been a clusterfuck of a show. Best train wreck on the internet, folks.
Yes.
Yeah, thankfully, for our sake, redundancy, so I can always just grab your show for the audio stream today, which is what's going to happen. So make sure you stick around an extra minute at the end, so that your audio doesn't get cut off right at the.
I don't know what you're talking about. Click, disconnect.
Yeah,
I'm done.
Load Baldur's Gate. I'm out of here. I know.
Don't know what you're talking about. Go back to work.
He's loading Baldur's Gate before he's even closed out Shroud of the Avatar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But anyway, speaking of wrapping things up, make sure you're raffled up. Make sure you're bundled up. And of course, we'll be pulling those.
I've only got
giveaways
2
here
people in the
just a minute.
streamer bundle, at least 12 in the Steam key.
Mine says nobody in the streamer bundle. I'm afraid to
Did you-
refresh it. Yeah, I opened it.
Oh.
I opened it, but sometimes it doesn't actually do what it's supposed to do. So let me go refresh it and see.
Well, that and you had to restart a bunch of shit. So
yeah, now I got 2 entries in. So and they're both subscribers.
Hey, but remember,
So
kudos
50-50
to
chance.
kudos to Devil Cult for putting shit on the QA server right after last month's release for the new treasure map system. Kudos to you for doing things and putting it on QA so that way you can get feedback and fix things before they make it to production. The fun part will be the fact that the production patch notes will be all the fixes applied to the new scene, which is fun.
Yeah, you think?
Oh, I know. Yeah, or the new treasure mapping system.
And of course, thanks for getting those release notes out in email today, because you're only what, 2 weeks late? Yeah, 2 weeks late.
2 weeks late for play release 118, which came out 1:24 a.m. for me.
Yes, and again, release came out 2 weeks ago today. So
yeah.
You may want to talk to your email provider or whoever's handling your email out there to get that all fixed up. But meanwhile, let's go ahead and draw final giveaways of the day.
I want to see something real quick.
Conjurer Dragon wins for the 2nd time on my stream today. Congratulations, Conjurer. Henry Fletcher.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'd really like the mail system to be fixed as promised too.
What? Lomir winning again, so Lomir can walk over and raid me. What business? It is not that one. It not Hertz. It's the one's right next door to that. I'm looking up the address that's in the release notes.
Thank you.
Because I want to make fun of it. Because
it might be in the.
Well, it might be like one of those private mailbox companies.
Oh, hold on. I hadn't even noticed that. So let's go look at that real quick. Is there, you talking about the email address?
No. Like the suite number that's listed on there.
Oh, because it looks like they're sending it through somebody else. It's from connect@shroudedavatar.com
No,
via
but
no
like
reply at SP
above the
EO
powered by email,
campaign.
look, you high 6705 Highway 290 West, Suite 502-279.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yes.
Powered by email octopus.
Mailbox rental. Yes. 6705 and yeah, it's private mailbox rental. That's hilarious.
And yeah, really little store. Oh, that's the Hertz. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Google Maps pulls up the Hertz. It's a UPS box, FedEx
Yeah,
box, but it's a mailbox rental place. That's pretty damn funny.
it is. So
Yep.
let's close final giveaways of the day. Pick ourselves some winners.
Oh, we are going to give a Steam key away to Manelkoff, who is going to be receiving the game.
I got Conjure Dragon one more time. Conjure Dragon. Time to go
Minute
get yourself some lottery tickets.
of Islands. Yes, that is going to Manelkoff. Minute of Islands. You'll be done with that game in a minute.
Yeah, and Conjure Dragon's going to get a copy of FAR, or FAR, Lone Sales on Steam. And if this will open up, is regular retail price $14.99, currently on sale for $2.99. But hey, it's a free game, so congratulations to you. And of course, thank you all for joining us. We'll be back with more tomorrow on Fruck Awesome Friday right here on NBNN. Until then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye-bye.